This freaking favorite part. Alright, here we go. There you go. That right there. Yes. Freaking amazing. And then she just rockets up. Just breaks the sound barrier. 500 meters per second. Approaching Mach 2. Mach 2 broken. Boom. Clouds 7,000 feet. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This is Adala. Today we're going to be featuring a brand new game, well, at least for the channel, but I think it's pretty new in general. I think it's only 4 months old. It's called The Flight of Nova. And it's flown kind of under the radar for me, as I almost discovered it by accident, but it's right up my alley. And it definitely fits this channel because we're all about aerospace, naval ships, submarines, and aircraft. So, and I haven't done space-related stuff in a while, and so this one fits right the bill. So what I was gonna do is introduce the game, show you around a little bit, and divide it into a couple episodes. And this first one is just gonna be an intro and atmospheric flight. And you might ask, atmospheric flight, what other types of flights are there? Well, there's exo-atmospheric, I guess you could call it, space flight, when you're outside of the atmosphere. Because this, ladies and gentlemen, is I would say it's Kerbal Space Program meets Euro Truck Simulator, in a way. It is a, kind of in the words of the developer, it's a PC game where you fly a spaceship in a way, and you deliver transport goods or deliver cargo or do search missions around the planet of Nova, or NVA-31, which is the planet you see here in the background. And I think you work for the Walder Maiden Corporation or something like that. You're just a pilot. So you're kind of like do gigs. And so yeah, we're gonna check it out. It blew my mind. It's an absolutely amazing game already. There's a demo for it, which I highly encourage you to grab to test it for yourself. It's on Steam. But I mean, I played the demo for like half an hour, and then I just went and bought the game because it was absolutely amazing. And so, but without babbling too much, let me go ahead and show you. So, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm not gonna go through all the types of gameplays here. I'm just gonna get straight into it to give you a taste of what this game is about. So here we are. Let me quickly adjust my track IR because it's one of the things that, although I'm happy that the game supports track IR, for some reason always resets the track IR every time you respawn. So here we are in the spaceship on the landing pad on the planet of Nova, and yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of walk you through what we're seeing and what this game is about. At its core, it's it's only this planet, which is like 12,700 kilometers, like a full-scale planet. This game has full orbital mechanics and atmospheric aerodynamics, so it's all modeled, and so very simulation-wise, and you'll see here what I'm talking about in a second. So here we're in the cockpit of, well, let's refuel first of all. Fuel is right here, hydrogen. This craft uses hydrogen, and it burns a lot of it. So that's the first thing I always redo. And if you click on missions, you can see that there's a whole bunch that are available, such as titanium mine needs micro drilling kits. So basically you're transporting retrieve defective drilling kits. An object was detected north of blah blah blah. So I haven't actually tried any of these, but essentially you're transporting things, looking for things. So there's some things to do. But I just want to show you guys, first of all, let's undock. so I can show you what the aircraft or spacecraft looks like. And so that's the first thing I really love about this game is there's 3 craft I think in the game that you can choose from, and 2 of them are added more recently. But I just love the look of this spacecraft. It reminds me of kind of like the space shuttle in a way, you know, all the white and black. So something like near future. You know, it can't go warp speed or anything like that. It runs out of fuel pretty quickly, but it's got some insane performance. I mean, this thing can reach like orbit and then land back down. So it's obviously got some more efficient technology than we do today, but that's what she looks like. The landing gear retracts automatically, and there's some aircraft in the background that you can see that is flying around. That's clouds you see, and you know, the graphics are pretty nice. I mean, you know, you can see the textures. When you're very up close on the planet, you can see that they're not super high fidelity, but that's forgivable because it's a 12,000 kilometer diameter planet, and when you're in space you don't notice any of that stuff, so you gotta keep that in mind. This is the whole planet that's modeled here. And as far as, you know, the building and everything, this does look like it's a single developer, or a small team at least. It has that feeling. Just, I haven't really researched it, but it just gives me that feeling that this is like one guy doing this. It looks like a passion project, which makes it all the more impressive. But enough babbling. So as I said, in this video, what I'm going to do is show you atmospheric flight and what can, you know, just the surrounding areas, and basically feature mostly the physics, the atmospheric physics, which is absolutely incredible, and the sounds and sights. In the next video, we will head to orbit. Like, we'll go to orbit and do landings as well. So the first thing you'll notice here, you got external view, and then you've got this internal view, which I swear to God, I think it's reset my track IR once again. Yep, every time I go in internal view, it's crazy. It resets my track IR. But it is quite challenging to use internal view when you're landing and taking off. So I'll get into it here later, but I'll do most of the work from the outside so you can see what we're talking about. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take off. This thing takes off vertically, and then it has its engine pivot, and then I'll do a little fly around to show you what it's all about and land back on this pad. So I got a throttle HOTAS system, so I'm just going to go ahead and increase on the throttle, and I'll just shut up here for a little bit so you can see what this game's about. So I was breaking the sound barrier, by the way. What is it, 343 meters per second or something like that. So we're at about 6,000 meters, doing 450 meters per second. And essentially I'm just testing out the turning radius of this thing. So since we're in atmosphere, you basically have the ability to turn. It's got a good turning radius. It's not F-16 or MiG-29, but it's pretty maneuverable, pretty decently maneuverable. So yeah, this is what she feels like when flying, and I just love the engines. Oh my God, it's so amazing. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn around and land back to where we came from. show you what that looks like. So I'm gonna do a 180 here. That's so cool. There's somebody flying. I can see them flying. All right, let's do a little turn. What is it? Not very maneuverable. Consider we're going Mach 1. You know, this thing doesn't really fly all that slow. Pulling all the way back on the stick now. Okay. Let's lose the height and velocity and get on this down on this canyon. So you can see I'm using the body of the craft, and it's for those who love like simulation. This is a game for you. This is like a mix, as I said. It's like Microsoft Flight Simulator meets KSP and Euro Truck Simulator. So I would say that's what would describe this game best. So there we go. There's our target. Here's me yawing, and I'm gonna try and I could go into vertical mode here, but I'm trying to be a bit more efficient because you do lose a lot of speed. And you can see I'm just, but I think it's time that I did that. So to slow down, I'm just raising my nose significantly. So I'm almost stopped. That's a warning that we're dropping very fast. There we go. We're now established. So now I have to basically... Now it acts like a helicopter, and it's actually decently challenging to fly it, which is one of the things I like about it. I feel like Star Citizen should take lessons from these guys, because it's always nice having a challenge and having a realistic you know, flight model. There's the landing gear. Forward a bit. Oh, that was deceiving. I thought we were. Let's go forward a bit more. Not easy, which is cool. I mean, I really botched that landing. But I mean, that's why it's got these shock absorbers. And there we go. We can refuel again now. And that's how that works. So let's undock again. I guess I would do it from the inside, but I just love the transition from vertical flight. So cool. Sorry, I'm just trying to adjust. Okay, there we go. So as soon as I clear this, because it does drop a little bit when you transition, but it's so cool. Oh my god, that is so cool. And it accelerates like crazy. Yeah, freaking amazing. So let's go to that platform. There's these platforms that float in the middle of the air. Slide down that thing. Oh, and by the way, yeah, there's GFX and everything. Like, if I pull too hard, you guys wouldn't black out. And the guy gets blacked out all just from accelerations as well. It's crazy. You can see the RCS thrusters firing there in the front of the ship. Alright, here we go. Approaching the ship. Switch to vertical. Okay, 80 meters per second. Let's inch forward. Let's do this from inside this time. So yeah, it looks like a floating cargo platform that I think does move. Because we're doing 90 meters per second right now, so obviously we're moving. I mean, the whole thing is moving. I'm just trying to, you see the camera there? I was trying to get it to, it's hard to make it go forward. Just go forward. Okay. Alright, a little rough, but we got her down. Oh, it's because the landing gear didn't deploy for some reason. Okay. Well, it's still landed. Alright. So, get out of here. And boom, that's fast, just like that. Just break the sound barrier. 700 meters per second. Let's get above the clouds here. Looks like they're about 7,000 meters. Or like 21, 23, 2,000 feet. A lot of air resistance as well. Here, let's go to the other base that's on the map there. Looks like there's 3 areas. The higher you go, the less air friction. You see the air density is 0.221 right now on the right side of the screen. Look at that, we almost used half our hydrogen. But yeah, that's turn my track IR on so we can do some internal. See how that looks like. Oh yeah, that's the one that's inside the canyon that we took off from. So let's turn around to the other one that we haven't landed on. You go land there. All those up there are the orbital stations that are on the planet. Yeah, she does turn pretty slow. Oh, there you go. Let's try to black out. Not the most maneuverable ship ever, so, but I guess you could do a canyon run if you wanted to. Try not to pass out. You see how the flight path vector, it's pretty lazy. See if we can land here. But yeah, because of visibility, it's a bit harder to land from the inside the cockpit. Oh, that's so cool. Look at all that traffic going on here. See if this thing will actually deploy its landing gear this time. I like the space. A little tower going on. There you go. You can hear the landing gear. Pretty small pad, huh? Job this time. Boom. Nice. And I guess this will showcase what happens when you land somewhere that has a hangar, quote unquote. Again, track IR's off. Turn it back on again. Yeah, so here again you can refuel, repair, grab a mission. Here we go. Elevator up. So let's try to gain some altitude and see what this thing is capable of at speed and altitude. Look at that, this guy's blacking out. Alright, let's go up towards the sun. try to reach. So, if you want to reach orbit, you would probably have to. Ooh, look at that. G-force is 5.2. I'm gonna pull back a bit. We're at 30 kilometers, hull temperature. I guess if I went full bore, like 6 Gs, 6.3 Gs, yeah, over that. On the right, you see that a orbit marker thingy showed up. We're doing Mach 9.5, 11,000 kilometers per hour. Air density is pretty much non-existent. We're at 51 kilometers, 3,500 meters per second. If we look down, let's cut our engines. You will see that we're basically on a parabolic trajectory. Our apoapsis is 139 kilometers, so yep, we're basically on our way to orbit. So this part is like Kerbal Space Program. You know, you gotta go out there. For those of you who know Kerbal Space Program, you're gonna have to circularize at the apoapsis. And there's some stations there, and there's like rendezvous things. Oh, and the reason that happened is my joystick is got weird. So above 100 kilometers, you're essentially out of the atmosphere, and your joystick doesn't work anymore. So all you have is your thrusters, and that is happening because my stupid thrustmaster gets stuck sometimes, and it likes to do whatever it wants. But stop. Oh my god, that's annoying. Anyways, so now here you have your 6 degrees of motion with RCS. So I can go, well, it likes to rotate to the left, but like here I'm rotating right. Left is what the joystick wants me to do. Up, like down, translation, and then we would have left translation, right translation, and then I have pitch up, pitch down, roll. And the way I'm doing all of this, and then thankfully there's a button that cancels all rotation. But I have basically three hats, like 2 on my joystick and 1 on my, so 1 on my joystick, 1 on my, what do you call it, throttle, and so I have to use 3 hats to be able to do all this right now, which adds a challenge of its own, which is crazy, but it's like so cool. It's super realistic. So I put the roll and the pitch RCS on my thumb hat on my joystick right now. That's what I'm doing. I've got the yaw and the translation, up and down translation, on the thumb, on the index finger hat on my thrustmaster TWCS, and I've got on a 4-way hat I got the other things. It's really annoying that this thrustmaster doesn't makes you want to spin, so I'm gonna have to deal with that. Oh shit, 126, we're going back down. So that's it. That was I must have missed it. Oh, we must have lost yeah, let me orient ourselves back. We must have missed our. Oh, we must have hit our apoapsis as 137. Let's head to our prograde. So yeah, we're at 3,700 kilometers an hour, and we're going to basically re-enter the atmosphere here. Oh my god, what's happening? I hate. Okay, now I have control again. So what I'm gonna do is pitch up and just try not to burn up on the way back down. She's dropping like a rock. Interesting. Is that normal? I haven't done the re-entry training yet, so I don't know. But I feel like she's dropping like a rock. Ooh. Okay. Uh-oh. It's not liking that. Trying to pitch up here. Oh yeah, I get it. You want to slow down basically before you go lower. It's good. So there's enough atmosphere there. I don't know what we were dropping like a rock there, but essentially you wanna. You see we're on Mach 6.2. Because if I pitch down, I'm gonna start losing altitude. But it should be good enough because we can check their temperatures. 600. Yeah, we're good. Turn track IR back on. Okay. So yeah, we can definitely pitch down. And it's very interesting to play with all these physics. So, and now I'm pitching down, it's really not moving things a lot because again we're going like Mach 4.5. Like I'm flying this thing like as if I were going like 300 knots in DCS or flight sim, but we're doing like, we just went from like Mach 10 to Mach 4. So it takes some getting used to. We're at 22 kilometers, so like I think that's like 70,000 feet. Still doing Mach 3. So, but anyways, the hard part we is over. I don't know, we were dropping like a rock there for a second, but essentially you want to make sure that you don't burn up by going too fast through the atmosphere and get to a lower density. You see our air density is increasing on the right. 0.28, 0.29, 0.3. Yep. So as you get more air density, you will get more control from your aerodynamic forces. Alright, we're slow enough now that we can. Yeah, sure. Test its maneuverability. And then land her somewhere on the canyon. So I'm like full throttle right now and we're doing 630 meters per second, so you can see how much of an effect drag has. We're like 0.8 drag. It's crazy. But we do have a bit more control. But yeah, as I said, she's no like MiG 29 or F-16. 6.6 Gs. How many Gs can I pull? 7, 8. Okay. Woo, this is fun. I would love to own or fly like a machine like this. She like drops speed like a rock. Yeah, it's testing its maneuverability. I don't know if I get better maneuverability when I'm... Alright. Let's put her down somewhere. A little yaw action. Where should we set her down? Some cool place. Oh, I like this whole... Yeah, fuck it. We'll just set her down. Somewhere on this plane. Be told. Yeah, this looks a nice little area. Yeah, this is the only way I can land this thing without doing it from external view, because it blocks a lot of your view. There's the landing gear. There we go, we're essentially in a hover at this point. There we go. There she's landed. And before I end the video, I think that's a good point to end it. I don't know how long it's been going. I want to keep these short. On the next one, we'll do a bit more orbital stuff, and I'll show you that. Docking and all that stuff. Very cool. Getting to orbit, coming back from orbit. But before I do that, I'll just show you the coolest thing ever, which is this thing going vertical, switching its engines, and rocketing up. Alright, you guys ready for this? Freaking favorite part. Alright, here we go. There you go, that right there. Yes! Freaking amazing. And then she just rockets up. Just breaks the sound barrier. 500 meters per second. Approaching Mach 2. Mach 2 broken. Boom. Clouds, 7,000 feet. Hell yeah. That is what I'm talking about. This is what you call a flying machine. Right there. 21 kilometers. Mach 4 and accelerating. Mach 5. 40 kilometers. Hell yeah. And it's not going to get you to orbit, but freaking amazing. And you can see all the textures look so much better from space, huh? crash right back into the Earth. Look at that, we are at a 17. We're almost at 2,000 kilometer apoapsis. That's insane. Alright, let's take it. Let's take it to like 3,000 kilometers. Like we're getting like geosynchronous orbit apoapsis. Anyways, I'm gonna cut it right there because we have 11% fuel. But yeah, actually let me go up to like 4,000. There we go, 4,002. Look at the top left of the screen, everyone. Top apoapsis, 4,002 kilometers. So you see the altitude on the bottom right? That is going to go to 4,000 kilometers before it drops back down like a rock. And we're like at 6,500 meters per second. We're at orbital velocity. Um, but we're gonna fall back down. It's just insane. I guess we haven't gotten through. There's our gravity 8.4. But yeah, I'll be curious to know what happens once we reach 4,000 kilometers. I can't believe they're kilometers above the surface. Crazy. Yeah, she's gonna drop right back down, burn up. But yeah, I'll leave you guys at that point. If you if you like anything you've seen, if you like flight simulation games, if you like aerospace games, space games, KSP, anything remotely related to realistic flight simulation, you will love this game. Go out, pick up the demo. You'll be able to do most of what I just did right here. Pretty much all of it, in fact. And if you love what you see, support the developer and buy this game. So I think it's like 33 Canadian or something like that. Um, it's not that expensive. It's not like a AAA title. So yeah, check it out, and we'll see you on the next couple episodes here when I do some orbit rendezvous and re-entries and stuff like that. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you on the next one.